Well, hello and welcome to this very special edition of the Legacy Podcast. We're excited that you're here. We talk every week about faith, family, finance. And this week, we're going to go into a different category of fitness as well. So with me today, I have a special, amazing, what do I call you? One of my best friends, Mr. Brian Williamson, who's an expert in health, fitness, many different areas in his life. And we were preparing a long time for this podcast. Well, it is like, how many years have we known each other?
We're this year is actually the 20-year mark.
Is it 20? I
It
was going to
was.
guess 20. What is that? One score? One score. We've known each other one score.
Yeah, one score.
Somebody said four score.
I went to public school, so I'm not from
You went-
one score.
Somehow I graduated. Anyway, on today's podcast, we are going to be chatting whatever God leads.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to talk some fitness, which when we talk about legacy is really important, just like coffee.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, part of legacy is living a long life. Psalm 91:16 talks about how in the Psalm David wrote about living a long life. It's an important thing. God promises us long life in his word. So health is important to that. If we don't have our health, we have nothing.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, when I was 33, 34 years old, I had a stroke and almost died. So I was building a business and young family, but was stressed out of my mind. And that wasn't good.
No.
So when we don't have our health, it's hard to do anything else and it's hard to be impactful for the kingdom of God. However, he's using each of us, and he's using you in a great way. And our church at Living Hope, it's been awesome. You've been a part of that for almost 5 years, is how old the church is now. And we've known each other for 20 years. So welcome, Mr. Brian Williamson.
That's an honor.
AKA Battle Axe.
It's an honor to be here, man. Thank you for having me. It's great to tour the facility, see what you got going on here. And honored to be here.
Yeah, we were having lunch, and I was like, hey, let's shoot a podcast.
Why not?
I didn't really tell you that. I just said, let's go sit down.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. We're both wearing black today. Like, we kind of are color coded today.
Yeah. Black Friday special of the Legacy Podcast.
Yes, well planned. But hey, part of walking with God is it's an adventure.
Always.
And we want to follow what he's leading. So we sat here, we prayed a little before we got going, and definitely we're supposed to be doing this. So talk to us about the importance of health in our lives. Tell us a little bit about your background and kind of your focus on what you're doing in some of those areas now.
Well, originally I'm from North Carolina. Life has a way of leading you so many different directions, and you end up somewhere you never expected yourself to be.
Yeah.
And here we are, central Pennsylvania, after all these years later. Like I said, we've been really great friends for 20 years, going on the 20-year mark. And so, life led us here. The Lord led us here back into your life on a regular. You guys are like family to us. And I've always been impacted by the health and fitness industry. Now, for me, that journey started when I was 19. The only New Year's resolution I've ever made was when I entered into the gym January 1st, 1987, that I'm going to change some things. And haven't looked back. I've carried on since then.
Yeah.
I've stopped and started. But
so how young are you today?
58.
58. And you look like you're 28 or less. Yeah, 18 actually. You look like the day probably better than when you first set foot in the gym.
Thank you.
You're very disciplined.
Thank you.
In every area, yeah.
It's definitely discipline. I mean, motivation will eventually wear down. And it's discipline, and it's just having a plan and sticking with it. And you can take that aspect into any part of your life.
Yeah.
Motivation is only going to get you so far, but discipline will sustain you through the days you don't feel like it. It'll sustain you through the days that, I'm tired, I want to sleep in, and when you should instead get out of bed, dismiss your feelings, and go do it. And there are days to listen to your body when you're down and out sick, and then of course.
Yeah, we were talking before we came on the air here just about when you hit a certain age, things change. So you focus on helping people in a certain age bracket, or I know for myself, what am I, 52? And things change as you get older.
They do.
I've got a little more gray here, a little less here.
I got a
We're like
lot.
twins.
I should have shaved before if I knew I was going to be on camera in front of
You know,
yeah.
did I shave?
No, but
No,
you carry
we look like twins.
you carry it so well though. I got a lot more.
We look like twins today. But yeah, like as we age, and for me too, fitness was really important early in my life, playing sports, and then I got into weightlifting when I hit college and lived overseas a little, and that became like I used to weigh my foods, and driving force became a bit of an idol for me, to be transparent. For a while, like what could I get to for myself? Then started having kids, still worked out. Then you hit like your 40s, still did a little. Joel, who's behind the camera, got me working out again here at our office.
Nice.
But yeah, the health journey for I think most people that are going to watch this, it's probably similar to that.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves in season and out. But what would you like? What's some advice? Maybe we just continue with like somebody who's like, who do you work with? Who's your average client? And like, what do you find?
The average
Why
client.
do we need to keep healthy?
Well, health is wealth. I know you've heard that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you don't feel well, you don't do well. You don't feel well, you don't think well. You don't think well. That carries over into a lot of the things, how you interact in your day, your thought process going into making decisions. If you just don't feel good, if you're fatigued,
Yeah.
emotions can come into play. You can think more emotionally rather than logically and break things down and give it more thought. In terms of your health, that's huge. You know, you don't feel well, it's going to show. It's going to show in how you live your life.
Yeah.
And the audience that I work with is our demographic.
Yeah.
40 and over, as our bodies transition, 40 and over with hormones, hormone fluctuations, things like that that come into play with age. The body changes, and we need to adapt to that. We need to implement new strategies, new protocols that take that into account rather than try and fight it, work with it. And what a lot of people are not doing is taking their recovery into account. They think, well, in my case, I'm 58. I just need to push harder. You know, it's so easy to look at a 25-year-old kid in there crushing it.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself in your mind, well, yeah, I used to be able to do that. Well, you know, I can still do that. And then you're suffering the consequences.
Yeah.
You're sore in places that you haven't been sore in a while.
Yeah.
And you overdo it, and that can just kind of lead a downward spiral into, injury, burnout. And there's just so many factors in place now at our age group.
Yeah. And then it's legacy too. Like, sorry to interrupt you, but like what I do is impacting like my kids and my grandkids. Like, what are my health patterns? Am I just pushing through, injuring myself, not recovering? Because those things will tend to be passed down. So it's really important with what you're focused on and what I need to get a lot better at.
We all do. That's so true. I mean, our kids, they're not going to listen to what we say, but they're just going to watch what we do.
Yeah.
They see dad climbing out of bed, 4:30, 4:45. You have a home gym. Your kids see you going to the gym, whether at home or whether, at the gym. They see you making the effort. They see you get up. They see you putting in the effort to make your health better. They're gonna emulate that. And
in my case, I got a little lazy and I got to watch my son, who's behind, get up, get early. So the legacy worked the other way. He reminded me of getting back and exercising, and so he inspired me that way. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But you're right. They do what they see.
And it's in my case, my oldest son especially, he watched me all these years. He just kind of sat on the sidelines. He would, see me work out. He would, I'd share videos with him, and he's more of the stoic personality, kind of like myself. Yeah, cool, awesome. And now he's crushing it in the gym.
Yeah.
And he's texting me questions regarding nutrition and how do I recover? What do I take? What do you eat? What should I eat? And my youngest too, he's a go-getter. So
those are a lot of good questions. What about somebody who just wants to like get started creating a new pattern in their life with health? Like, what is your advice for something like that?
I'd say don't get overwhelmed with all the information you tend to find on Google, Instagram. Um, there's a lot of great advice out there. There's a lot of not
Everybody's an expert nowadays.
everybody's an expert.
Yeah.
I make a sarcastic comment. All you have to do is put in your IG handle, put the name fit next to your name. That makes you an expert.
Nice.
It doesn't. That's just me being a little snarky.
Yeah.
But all the jacked up influencers, I mean, yeah, maybe they've got a little bit of knowledge base, but don't be overwhelmed by what you see, and don't really go into paralysis of analysis. Just start.
So keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Keep your training regimen simple. If you're just starting, 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Every other day, just to let your body integrate to the new environment, let it adapt, and adapt to the training, adapt to the soreness. Your body will go through everybody's different. It'll go 4 to 6 week adaptation period.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of off to the races, and you'll see results ultimately. And keep your food clean.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. So, like, getting started with a new exercise routine, or just any exercise at all, just number one is just do something, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're sharing, and then keep it simple. Like man, you go on YouTube, you go on Google, and there's so many opinions about what. So how do you keep it simple? How do you just pick one thing?
I've always been an advocate of strength training. I prioritize
You were
strength
just
training.
throwing around a kettlebell up in our gym here. Yeah. Oh,
It's
sorry. Yeah.
no. And that's not to say,
Strength training is important.
yeah. And I say strength training in regards to resistance training.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to be a power athlete. Doesn't mean you have to be a bodybuilder. It just means adding resistance training into your regimen. You're strengthening your bones, you're reinforcing your muscle tissue, and when you build muscle, you burn fat.
Hmm.
So there is the metabolic enhancement of fat burning that takes place when you build the muscle. Now, again, especially ladies, if you're afraid of being all jacked, you don't want the big muscle, you just want to be toned, you're not going to get big by accident.
Yeah.
There's a specialized program that'll get you there.
I don't think I'm going to get big by accident. I think
But-
I need help.
Yeah,
I need your help. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's keep it simple. Upper body, upper body push, upper body pull, hinge work, which kettlebell covers.
So if I'm at home, like, what does that look like? Let's say I'm not at a gym and I'm just at my house, or if I can, let's just start at home. Like,
Yeah.
I'm listening to this, watching this, whatever, and I just want to get something started. I know everybody's different, so it's
Yeah.
probably not an easy answer, but like, what would be just some simple things people could do?
I would say, if you had to pick one tool, I would say either, if you're comfortable starting with a kettlebell,
Yeah.
find a kettlebell that's a little bit heavier than what you're comfortable with, because
Is that male and female?
male and
Because
female.
I don't know anything about kettlebells.
Yeah, no, male and female. It's one of the most effective tools that will simultaneously help with your strength and conditioning, cardiovascular, and flexibility all in one.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of knowing how to use it, getting comfortable with it. It would be easy to bring about an injury if you're not familiar with kettlebell, but I'd say it's a great all-in-one tool. You can travel with it. Doesn't take up any space. It's just having space to do the training with.
Yeah.
Or, a pair of dumbbells.
Yeah.
And there's a multitude of things. And I apologize for the head cold.
Yeah.
So start with something. Start with a pair of dumbbells that are moderate weight. Same thing with the kettlebell.
And moderate weight's different for everybody.
It's relative to everyone.
So if that can be anything to anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever they're more comfortable with. What is moderate weight? Is if I could do 20 reps or something, 30 reps or 10? Like, what would you say is moderate?
If you're starting, I'd say,
and a rep, just something I'm doing.
a rep range 12 to 15.
Okay.
12 to 15 reps, and right around, rep 13 to 14, you're starting to feel it.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you have a little bit left in the tank, that's fine.
Yeah.
Especially at our age.
Yeah.
You don't want to necessarily overdo it.
Yep.
And burn it. It's so easy to do. If you're a driven personality,
Yeah.
you want to crush every single workout.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I tell myself that all the time, and I have trouble sometimes practicing what I preach because, the drive kicks in. I see a teenager, high schooler over there doing something. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. It's like if I'm out and I haven't done this in a while, but if I'm just saying, hey, let's just get a few guys and play some hoops just for fun. That doesn't last long because soon it's very competitive because I want to win.
Right.
Right. But that's how I tear an Achilles or get in trouble with something else. So,
It can happen.
yeah, with any of us. So, keeping it simple to get going.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about food because that's important. And we'll get back into more.
Sure.
We're not going to, we only have limited time to go into exercise. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But food, talk to us about that. Healthy.
You're going to hear there's a lot of information out on the webs about this diet, that diet. There's yo-yoing trends. There's all these fads that come up. This works, and then now it doesn't. Research says this, now it's saying that. But in the interest of keeping things basic,
Yeah.
what you can always count on, eat real food. Try and stay away from processed food. Your lean meats. Prioritize your protein. Protein builds the muscle. Protein helps with satiety, helps you stay fuller, longer, and less cravings, less desiring of sugary substances.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Stay away from processed sugar as much as possible.
Sugar is not really good, is
It's
it?
not,
Yeah.
but it's so good.
It's so good. So you said eat real foods. Like what's real foods?
Vegetables, excuse me, um, like lean meats,
Yep.
organic if you can. Eggs are great.
Gotcha.
Fish, poultry, real foods. Again, fruits, vegetables.
Okay.
Staying away from the processed stuff.
That's the big thing.
And
And sugar.
and what some will say is when you shop the perimeter of the store.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's where all your produce is. Produce, your fruits,
Things are live.
live foods.
Yeah.
There you go.
A lot of times.
I think I heard once, if it didn't come from the ground and if it didn't have a mother, don't eat it.
There you go.
If it comes in a box, then look at the
So
ingredients.
steak's easy then.
Steak's super easy.
Yeah, it's real good.
And if you look at a box, you look at the label, and you've got a bunch of words, really long words you can't pronounce, that's a clue.
Yeah. So what do you eat on a daily basis?
I'll have a couple of protein shakes throughout the day. Sometimes one, sometimes two. It depends on my schedule. Depends on if I'm sticking close to home or if I'm out and about.
And why do you have those just to start? Like you're supplementing throughout the day. You talked about it at lunch, actually.
Yeah, again, I prioritize my protein, and a lot of times I'll have a shake to begin with to get grounded, to help with appetite control.
So like morning, you wake
Morning.
up. Yep.
First thing, and then maybe an apple, maybe a banana, or sometimes I'll blend that. So I have a fruit.
Yep.
I have a carb source, and I have my protein source.
Is there any kind of protein you recommend? Or powder? Or like how do you, when you're saying that, so if I'm sitting at home listening, like what does that mean for me? Like how do I get that?
There's there's whey protein, casein protein.
Okay.
There's plant protein, and those are all good.
I've seen that. Yeah, all three. Yep.
And so I would say experiment with what works for you. Some people may be lactose intolerant. Whey protein, casein protein, albumin, which is egg white protein.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, just see which ones are more friendly for your digestive tract, and go with that. The thing is to just start.
Yeah.
If you can get as much of your intake from food sources.
Yeah.
Shakes are great to fill.
So that's how you start the morning, and then you're kind of filling maybe once or twice in a day with some more protein.
Yeah.
But then throughout the day, like what does the rest of the morning look like?
My next meal will have a protein source in it.
How many meals a day do you eat?
I'd say right now about 4.
Okay, about 4.
4, sometimes 5.
And then you're doing like protein in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
So each meal will have a protein base.
Yeah.
It could be chicken, it could be salmon, eggs. But yeah, there is always protein at the center.
Right at the middle. Yep.
Yeah, protein is going to build the muscle, and muscle. When I say muscle, people might get a negative connotation. Well, I don't want to be huge, jack, buff. And you're
No, I
not.
don't see that as negative. Like,
Not
look
at
good,
all.
Bob.
But yeah, if you're trying to
There's a
avoid that.
reason we call you Battle Axe.
Yeah.
In the spirit and in the flesh.
Right on,
Yeah.
man. Amen. But muscle is your armor.
Yeah.
That's your armor. That's your insurance. That's your key to longevity right there.
And especially as you get older, so not losing muscle too is a big thing.
Right.
I've noticed even like as I'm exercising, like I used to like put on mass faster if I'm doing exercise. Now it's like, it's not responding as fast as it used to, but
No.
I think what you're talking about with protein is critical to maintain and to grow as well, I imagine.
Yeah. The key is it's called sarcopenia, and that is age-related muscle loss.
Okay.
And so after we hit 30, it declines a certain percentage every year. Now, what we can do, and sometimes it might be a little bit more in women. Probably, yeah. There's a number.
There's a
I'm
different. Okay.
drawing a blank because I'm nervous.
No.
So there is that age-related muscle loss, and then on top of that, with men, our testosterone levels tank after 30, like 1% drop, or so, give or take, every year afterwards. Wow. And so that just exacerbates the sarcopenia that we're talking about. And with women entering into perimenopause and menopause, there's a whole other set of factors there that come into play, and they and just like with testosterone drop, there is a tendency to gather visceral fat, adipose tissue, which is visceral fat around here because certain
belly fat.
Yeah, belly fat. Yeah. Which certain things are happening.
I'm going to break that down to my language.
Yeah, no, it's
muffin top, belly fat, whatever you want to call it.
All the above. And
I'm just repeating what I've heard my kids say. So there you go.
Yeah, and all these things are taking place. All these metabolic changes.
After 30, it just starts going downhill.
It does.
In that regard, unless you're doing some things like the protein you're talking about. Very critical.
Very critical.
To maintaining.
And one thing in men that helps our testosterone is to train. Strength training.
Yeah.
So that's a natural booster of testosterone.
Yeah.
Competitive sports, anything competition. Joel is a master at chess.
Yeah.
Even something engaging in competition, it's chess. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Which,
very similar. Chess and jiu-jitsu. They are very strategic.
Jiu-jitsu is like a combination of yoga and chess.
Yeah. There you go.
It's physical chess.
Yeah.
Because there's a strategy involved.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So back to food. We're jumping around a little bit, but you're doing great. So it's lunchtime. Like, what are you eating at lunch? You might have had a snack protein between breakfast, lunch. Like, what does that look like? Especially like for people who are watching this that, we're at an office or we're working, maybe work from home, but I mean, we're sitting at a desk. We're not just out. Some people are out working, and I imagine you have experience with working where you're on the move all the time in the past too. Like, how do you plan and do that you're not just picking up crap food?
Well, that's the thing. You got to plan.
Gotcha.
Now, if you're all in and you're serious about it, no need to be extreme, but just food prep, meal prep.
Yeah.
Pack, know what your day is going to look like. If you work away from home at an office, pack your food. Have something, drink plenty of water. Water intake is, we all know is important.
Yeah.
That's a given. Pack your food, prepare it at home. If you prepare it, whether you do it the night before or you do it all in one shot, like pick one day a week and do it all. Whatever that looks like for you, just prepare yourself, mitigate against any kind of cravings that might come your way. And we've all been prone to the donuts that somebody brings in into the office. It happens.
Why are you looking at me? But yes. Yes, I definitely are. I'm the guy bringing them. So planning is important. Getting protein's important. Like, we're talking simple things on this podcast. We go a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Exercise wise, just getting started. These are things like critical to legacy. They're critical to long life.
Yes.
They're critical to pass down to the generations. But so what does dinner time look like then?
Dinner time is going to be a overall combination of, again, protein, a good healthy carb source, and
healthy carb. What would that be for you?
Healthy carb would be sweet potatoes, brown rice, and, a potato, a starch,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. Not so much pasta anymore. It's okay to treat yourself now and then.
Something that you said has a mother or from the ground. Is that what you're
Right.
saying? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm with you. So it's in that range.
And so Lori and I, we tend to eat a little early. We try to go no later than like 6:30, give our digestive
And when
systems.
do you go to bed then? So to give context, like depending where people are at in their day.
Okay. Sometime between 9 and 10.
Okay. So you're eating like 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. Okay.
Right. And then we're done with food.
Yeah.
We let our bodies digest. We let it just kind of work itself out
Yep.
and rest
Yeah.
and just let the body begin the decompression and
Pick back up in the morning with some protein, like you were sharing the shake.
yeah.
Preparing what my lunch is, having some kind of protein source for a snack through the day, keeping my sugar intake low. I'm just repeating what I'm
Yes.
hearing from you.
Yeah.
What about exercise? Is there a special time of day I'm supposed to do that? Or like, when would I do that?
Whenever it works with your schedule. Some people are morning people, some people afternoon, some people are evening. Some people can train in the evening and it not affect their sleep at all.
Gotcha.
You have a tendency. You train, you get hyped up, you're working out, you feel good. There's the endorphins that come with that, and so you've got this little runner's high going
Little
on.
rush, yeah.
So it's a matter of the individual, what works for them and their schedule, and people will I just say see what works with your schedule, and see where it goes.
Yeah. And then just create a habit. How do you do that? Because
You
we're
just
talking, if somebody, there are going to be people listening who aren't doing any of this.
Yeah.
And I do like simple, right? And I like what you were sharing earlier, like don't make it too complicated.
Yeah.
Just get going.
That's it.
I think that's the main thing that stops most people in a lot of things in life is just, you said paralysis of analysis, I think were your words. So
Yeah.
thinking too much about it, planning too much versus just one of our philosophies here at this office is we jump out of the airplane and we find the parachute on the way down.
Right.
So it's not always healthy, but it gets the point of it is like to get moving
Exactly.
and figure out what works for me or for you. Cause there might be something you're doing with exercise. I'm like, well, I don't really like kettlebell.
Yeah.
Or
And
I
that's good,
like
yeah.
a treadmill. I'm not a big like runner, but a lot of people love that.
Yeah.
Or some people want free weights. Or me, sometimes it's just working on the farm. Like I get a heck of a workout just banging away on stuff for like 3-4 hours. Sometimes I'm working outside. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm wiped out.
Yeah.
That was better than any gym I would ever went to. So sometimes that's my workout. But we've got a few minutes left in this podcast. What are any final thoughts around health, around legacy? Why don't you talk to me about that? Legacy for you. What does that look like for you?
Legacy for me, obviously, health being at the center of that.
Yeah.
But it's not the be all end all, but it's a great segue into everything else. Like I talked about earlier, um, God says our bodies are a temple,
Mm-hmm.
and we treat them as such. We give it the right food, we give it the right nourishment, we give it the rest it needs, without making it an idol, which is so easy to do in this world, which can be highly aesthetically driven. There's a tendency to make it your idol, make it your God, and so you want to kind of stay away from that. You do want to stay away from that.
Yeah.
So legacy is about it's setting the example for the next generation.
Yeah.
It's your kids seeing you put in the work, eating the right foods, not binging in front of the TV on Netflix, which there's a time for that, of course,
Yeah.
but
Just
that-
not all the time.
just not all the time. The healthy habits, and it's leaving something for the next generation.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is really important. Well, thank you for being here this week.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
This
it
has
was
been an
great to
honor for
have you.
me.
We'll do it again.
Yes, we will.
We'll go deeper into some topics. This has been great, though. Just the importance of health and legacy. Because if you don't have your health, it's hard to have much of a legacy because you won't be around.
That's exactly right.
1, 2, it's hard to get anything done.
Yes.
You crash and burn, and it doesn't work well.
Not
so
at all.
there's so much more we could talk about, but yeah, I appreciate you being here this week.
Thank you for
for
having
this
me.
episode on the Legacy Podcast and talking about family, faith, family fitness, faith, family finance, and fitness is the other F that
Hey,
isn't
there
in
we
our
go.
title, but we're glad that this week we got to share some time with you. So thanks for being here,
Thank you for having me, brother.
and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks
Right
a lot,
on.
everybody.